Okay. Let's finish. All right. Okay. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. Well, no, let me just make sure everybody get in here. So I just let him
Yeah,
in. All right. So we got 12.
Diane trying to get in here.
Who is Diane? She's trying to get in.
Yeah, yeah,
I
she
don't
trying to
see
get in.
any. I don't see any. I
She
don't see
said
it.
her calendar says it's an hour from now, but your next.
It's not in the calendar. She's got I sent it to everybody individually through text and through. So we got somebody trying to join. Diane, there she go right there. Yeah, I
Okay.
sent it out through Instagram and through
Yeah,
text message. And there
yeah.
go Boo Bangers.
Will it be the same link every time, Rich?
No, but
Okay.
we're gonna cover that. Yeah, we're gonna cover that. Yeah, we're gonna do it a little different in the next one. We just had to do
Okay.
it this way to get everybody in here. So right now we got 15 of the 20 people that have um, said they wanted to be here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start. Wait a minute. No, not that. One moment. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and then I'll just let people in as they come. So, first of all, can everyone mute their mics? So, everyone, let's see who we got. We still got Spared by Me. Please mute. Um, Mute. Okay, I can mute. I can mute people. Okay, there we go. All right. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the first workshop for HighLevel. So the first thing that I want to point out, oh, wait a minute. I am way ahead of myself. Sorry about that. I am way ahead of myself. Okay, let me start that over. Welcome to the workshop, everyone. Everyone that is in this workshop, you're all going to receive a full GoHighLevel sub account once this workshop is over. All of you will have one. Another thing is that we have a community area that you are all invited to. One moment, and I'll bring that up later because I don't want to have to deal with the tabs. I'll bring it up at the end. But the community area is where you'll get all of your resources. You can ask questions, etc. So it's really going to be cool. So let's go ahead and get started. So what is HighLevel? HighLevel, for any of you that don't know, HighLevel is it's a really robust platform that connects communication through phone, email, text messages with, wait a minute, someone's asking to join. So that's okay. Just let her in. I'll stop and let people in as they request to join. So it's one platform that integrates phone communication, phone, email, SMS with all sorts of other things like marketing pipelines and your website and funnels, products, sales, all sorts of stuff. So everything in one integrated platform. That's what makes it so powerful. If you think about when you call your internet service provider like Cox or whoever, right? When you call and they pull up your account, they just put in like either your phone number shows up and they already have your account pulled up, or they ask you for your name and then they pull up your account and they've got all of the notes and everything that other agents see and all of that stuff. So all of that's in GoHighLevel, but also features for inbound and outbound calling. So we can create AI automations that make outbound phone calls to people on your list, or also create voice agents that will answer your calls. One moment, someone else is asking to join. But yeah, answer your calls. So we're going to learn how to build all of these voice agents and all of this stuff in this workshop, and all sorts of other things. So it consolidates CRM, sales, communication, all of that, one solid, stable platform. And there's not many options out there as alternatives. So, what is humaiOS? So, all of you know that our business, Humai, HUMAI, combines humans and artificial intelligence. And so, humaiOS is what we refer to as an AIOS. And it's basically my attempt to connect website, metaverse, phone, email, just like everything, generating content for your social media and then posting it on your social media and tracking the results of that. So just like bringing everything together. And that's why HighLevel is at the core. But because HighLevel has APIs that allow us to extend it in certain ways or build things that hook into it, I've built a collection of API integrations in one easy to manage environment for you to be able to generate 3D models, images, videos, etc. And so that's all connected to the HighLevel, and the connections are going to be improved. Another thing is that I'm referring to any of the agents that we build in HighLevel as part of humaiOS, because it's just AIOS stands for the unification of like different AIs and different platforms, but under one easy to manage area. And that's what we're dedicated to trying to offer, so that you can easily, scale your business, create content, just do everything, but in one place that's solid and easy to manage. We've got another person trying to join. That's Jennifer Smash. Greetings, Jen. Okay, so Jen's now in, and we're going to keep moving. But this is recorded, so anything that you miss, you will be able to pick up on later. So next, I'm going to show a video that I pre-recorded that's giving a demonstration of the sub account that you all are going to receive. While this video is playing, I'm going to go on mute and I'm going to send out invitations to all of you while this video is playing. So please pay attention to the video. It's the stand-in version for me. And while that's playing, I'll be sending out your invitations. You'll be receiving emails. And once that video is over, I'll come back and we'll move into the next part of the workshop, which is going to be interactive. We're going to get your mics off and start. Wait a minute, we got someone else. This is Lena. Let me get her in here. Greetings, Lena. Welcome. You come in just as I was about to play the video. I will. So we've got 19 people in now. We've got one more person that I know is supposed to be coming, so maybe they'll come. I'll still be around, but I'm going to go ahead and start playing this now. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the GoHighLevel workshop. This is week 1. By week 1, what I mean is you're going to be doing your homework this week. Next week, we will go over everything you've learned. So let me start you out. So right here, we're on the GoHighLevel homepage. Anyone can come to this homepage and go over everything on it. But let's all watch this video together.
Welcome to HighLevel. We're an all-in-one platform that gives you everything you need to capture, nurture, and close leads like never before. In HighLevel, you'll find features like a full CRM, funnel, website, course, marketing automations and email builders, a consolidated email, SMS, WhatsApp, and social chat stream, reputation management, social media posting, and so much more. And the best part is, HighLevel is fully white labeled, which means you can brand the platform and mobile app with your logo and company colors, then resell it to your customers for a monthly subscription that goes straight into your agency's bank account. The powerful combination of software plus your service and expertise will drive your customers' retention and your profits through the stratosphere. Sign up for a 14-day free trial today.
Okay, so that's the introduction to HighLevel. And I have been providing HighLevel services for quite some time now. I manage other agencies, but recently we have decided to manage an agency that incorporates AI and other tools that we build in-house and combine it with a lot of metaverse business operations. And so this particular agency, which is AIOS Hub, this one is geared towards metaverse and XR and all that. So as you've seen, HighLevel allows you to purchase an agency account and then you can have sub accounts. And so that's the first thing to understand is that what we've done is we have an agency account and all of you now have a sub account within that agency. And so you could, if you wanted, you could easily come under GoHighLevel's website. You could look at everything. And if you wanted, you could purchase your own agency and you can still participate in these workshops. And you're also able to hire me one-on-one at my hourly rate to help you with anything within your agency. But when you are within our agency, you get a lot of technical support at no additional cost, along with a lot of other features. Another thing is that our sub accounts start out at $50 a month, whereas GoHighLevel, the lowest plan they offer is $97 a month. And so, with that being the case, let's take a quick look at a sub account. So right here, I have a sub account that I created just for the sake of our tutorials and following along and everything. As you can see here, I'm on the Launchpad. The Launchpad is a good place to get direction on everything that you should do to set up your HighLevel. So they just kind of guide you through creating a new contact, um, booking an appointment, nurturing leads, etc. So you can go through and you click one of these and you can watch the tutorial video for that. And so if you hit create a new
In this video, I'll
contact,
show you how to add your first contact effortlessly and begin building meaningful engagement right away. To get started, navigate to contacts. To manually add your first contact,
so I won't go ahead, I won't watch this full video, but just wanting to give you a quick example that there are a lot of tutorials right here on the Launchpad. Your dashboard. Your dashboard, first of all, you can customize it, but your dashboard shows you little snapshots of different things going on in your HighLevel. So your opportunity status, your opportunity values, conversions, funnel, pipeline stages, etc. But you have to connect all of this stuff before it begins working. Conversations, this is the area where you can chat and message from different channels with your contacts. You can do it from here, but you can also do it from the contacts page. And actually, let me go ahead and add a contact. So I'm going to add a contact. Okay. And I'll put okay, so now we've got, now you can also add a phone number. You can select what type of contact this is. So I'll make Brown Diamond a lead. You can set the time zone, okay? And you can, now the D&D is do not disturb. If you put a check mark in D&D, it will remove them from any of these channels, okay? So that person will not be able to receive emails, text messages, phone calls, etc. if you put them on D&D. So when we save, you can see that the first thing it does is load this contact. But from right here, we can begin a conversation. Now, right now we only have email because that's the only thing we've got for her. But if we put phone number, WhatsApp, etc., we'll have different options for communicating with her right here. Now, in order to actually text message or anything like that, you have to have a phone number associated with your account. And you do that by going to settings and then under phone system. And then at this point, you can add a phone number. Adding phone numbers is very easy. You just do a search for one. All of you are going to be in the United States, but you can uh, put like a search um, parameter in here. So, like for example, if I wanted a number that incorporated Izzy, I-Z-Z-I, right? And if I want that at the last part of the number, I can just hit apply, and then it's going to load all of the phone numbers that they've got that has I-Z-Z-I in it at the end. Now, there are local numbers and there are toll-free numbers. Just keep in mind that both of these number types, both of them require their own brand and campaign. So you have to be verified through A2P registration, and you have to create a campaign that is approved. And so one of the things that I help you with is getting A2P approved and setting up your campaign. But you have to go through this. Ever since August 31st, 2023, we've had to go through this in order to kind of prove we're not spam and get approval to use phone numbers to contact people. And we have to follow the law in terms of how we contact them and give them a way to unsubscribe and all of that. We're going to go over all of that, but not today in this workshop. So if you first purchase a number, well, you don't have to purchase a number first. The first thing you can do is get approved with the campaign. Get a A2P approved and get a campaign approved. And once you've done all that, purchase a phone number. And once you have a phone number, then you can start receiving incoming calls, making outgoing calls, sending and receiving text messages and multimedia messages, all sorts of stuff. And so all of that can be, all of that is part of and tying into your opportunities and your pipelines. So for example, we can create a pipeline. I'll just create a basic pipeline. I'll just say customer journey. So this will be the customer journey. And so now that we've got customer journey, each of these are stages in the journey. Okay, first they're a new lead, then they've been contacted, we've sent them a proposal, and the deal is closed or won, right? And so now you can see that we've got these different stages in the opportunity. So this is an opportunity. These are the pipeline stages in the opportunity. So this is your funnel. So now the thing is that with GoHighLevel, we're actually connecting the contact. So the way I want you to think about this is a contact comes in from different channels. Maybe they came in from a phone call. So imagine if you put your phone number on your website, or you run a commercial, or run an Instagram campaign or whatever. You have your phone number. Maybe the person sends a text message. Maybe the person makes a phone call. But when that phone number comes in, it starts that contact. But you also have your website, and your website has a form. So when that form gets submitted, you want that form to pass that person's information into the contact, the CRM, also as a contact. Now, if the person has already made a phone call before, as you can imagine, we wouldn't have a name or anything for them because a phone call just comes in. Maybe, now we would have one if we create an automation where we get a voice recording or something like that, and then we extract that information from the text. And we'll get into that later as well. But imagine when that call comes in, we would just only have their phone number. So GoHighLevel is going to just add that phone number as a contact. But then let's say the person goes to the website and submits the form and uses that same phone number in their phone. So they put in their name, email address, phone number, along with a message. Maybe the message says something like, "Hey, I just tried to call, but I didn't get an answer. I'm interested in purchasing, X, Y, and Z, and looking for some more information," right? So when they submit that on the app on the website, that website passes it into GoHighLevel, and GoHighLevel is going to recognize that phone number, match that up, and then fill out the rest of this contact information about the person, right? And so then we would have their phone number, their name, their email address, and then we can associate that message that they put with a note, okay? So, maybe we would have a note on here. And we're actually going to do an exercise where we do a connection like this. But right now, I just want to kind of go through and show the possibilities of GoHighLevel without getting too technical, showing how to actually do this stuff. I just want to kind of get you to get a feel for the platform. So as you can see, we've got this contact, we've got Brown Diamond in here. If we need to do any tasks on Brown Diamond, let's say that okay, and you can set your date and time that it's due on, who is going to be assigned to. I don't have any team members in here right now, but just kind of show that you can go through and build this contact history and record up. We don't have any activity on this contact right here, but we can go through, building this person up with payments and documents and appointments and all sorts of stuff. So that's the CRM aspect, but it doesn't stop there. So GoHighLevel also has the payments in here. So we can connect a payment gateway, and we can use this for invoices and estimates and all sorts of stuff. We can put all of our products in here, see all of our transactions, create payment links, create subscriptions, like all of your financial needs managed right here inside of the GoHighLevel. Another thing are the agents. So you can create AI agents really, really easily. Really, really easily create knowledge base of all of your business information. So like if we create a knowledge base right here, and I'll just say, I'll just call it main info. So once you create a knowledge base, you can add all these different sources. You can add websites. You can create FAQs with just questions and answers. You can create a table that has tabular data. You can create rich text documents. You can upload files like PDFs, documents, and so on. And when you do the web crawler, you just put in the URL and it extracts all the information from there. And once you create these knowledge bases, at that point, you can create voice AIs, which can answer the phone or make outbound calls. And you can create conversational AI, which can interact with people on all your social channels. So if someone sends you a message on Instagram, it can respond, okay? It can also respond to text messages and so on. So you can easily create these AIs that will interact on your behalf with all of your different communication channels, which, you know, down here, if we come, actually, it's the next link. If we come to marketing, you've got the social planner, and this is where you connect all of your different social media accounts. Okay, so you connect your Facebook, Instagram, etc., Google My Business, LinkedIn, etc. And once you connect them, you can send posts out to each one of these channels, receive messages, and communicate and all sorts of stuff. So all of this managed right here. You can create automations. These automations allow you to basically do just about anything you can imagine in your HighLevel. And you can build them using AI. But I'll just start. Well, let's start. We can start from a template if we want. You know, you got lead nurture, customer appointment. So let's just choose this template so that we just have it already set up and not have to build anything. So right here, you can see that we've got an automation. This is how it looks. These are all of the different steps, but there's a trigger. The trigger is when the appointment status, event type normal, appointment status is confirmed. So once the appointment status is confirmed, it's going to fire off an email, okay, to the contact with a subject appointment confirmation, and it's going to have all the details about the appointment. Then it's going to wait 24 hours before the appointment, and then it's going to send a reminder email. Then it's going to wait 1 hour before the appointment, and then it's going to send a 1 hour reminder email, and it sends a 1 hour reminder SMS message. Okay, wait 5 minutes before the appointment begins, and then sends a 5-minute reminder email and a 5-minute reminder SMS. So without going into details, we're going to go into details on how to build these automations and work with them. But you can just see that you can control just about everything. In fact, let me just go back in here and just show one more thing before I move on. So you just hit this little plus button and you can see all of the actions. Now, first of all, if we hit this one, trigger, you see all of the different triggers. So these are all of the different things that can trigger actions in a workflow. Okay, lots and lots and lots of triggers. Okay, and then when it comes to the actions, lots and lots and lots of actions. So much that we can do in order to automate and optimize actions and behaviors, you know, throughout the system. You can build your website in here. You can create funnels. You can create funnels are landing pages with a sequence of steps. Websites are, you know, about us, contact us homepage. Build your stores. Stores have all products. You can set up your webinar funnels, set up your blog, and you have a client portal. A client portal allows your clients to log in and see a history of their payments and their invoices and all that sort of stuff. Build your forms. You know, you got your form builder in here, surveys, quizzes, a little chat widget. And then you can also build a community in here. So in fact, you know, we're going to be managing this workshop in the community that I built in the HighLevel for humaiOS. So all of the community features inside of here are very easy to use. You've got media storage, where you can upload all your images and videos and everything so that they're available within all of your text messages or emails or, you know, social media posts. You've got reputation management, reporting, and then you've got an app marketplace where you can turn on stuff that is created by third parties. Some stuff is free, some stuff you have to pay for. And then lastly, you've got access to the humaiOS content generator. So as long as you have opted into the AIOS generator, you will have access to this inside of here as well to generate content. If you end up purchasing any tools, any additional tools or extensions for your sub account, you will access them right here. And those additional tools will be available to you to run on your sub accounts. And so this is the HighLevel community right here. This is where we will be managing our discussions and resources and everything. So make sure that you accept the invitation for coming in here. Thank you for coming to the workshop, and that's all I've got for this video. Let's start the discussion. All right. Well, so that's that concludes that. Let's move on to the next. Why isn't it scooting? One moment. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that concludes that video that I wanted to show. Basically, the easiest ways to connect HighLevel to a website is if you got WordPress, there's a WordPress plugin for lead connector. It allows you to connect GoHighLevel forms, also funnel pages and things like that into your WordPress. There is also a iOS and Android app for your phone. So make sure all of you go and download the HighLevel or Lead Connector app, whichever one. The Lead Connector is HighLevel's way of hiding that it's HighLevel. But the Lead Connector app and the HighLevel app both do the same thing. When you sign in, you have access to your full CRM and all your contacts and everything in there. But keep in mind that the mobile app is not like you can't do nearly what you can do by logging into the full application with a computer. But so that's that. And then basically you are going to, one moment, let me see something. Yeah, so we go from there to there. Sorry about that. You've seen behind the curtain. So yeah, your sub account. I severely underestimated how long it would take me to send you all sub accounts, but you all will have sub accounts after. Like if my video would have been like another 10 minutes longer, it would have been finished while it was running. But you're all going to receive a sub account within our agency, and it has full features and capabilities. It's just that I'm still sending out those invitations, but you will receive them. I'll finish sending them out after this workshop is over. So let's see the next thing. So we're now open for Q&A. Any questions?
Yes. What merchant services are connected?
Merchant services. Yeah, please give me a little more detail with that question.
Didn't you say that it does invoices and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. Let me answer that. So one moment. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll show you. So for now, what you're referring to is payment gateways. So a payment gateway, and right here I'm going to use a example sub account. One moment. Sorry. Somebody, he left, he just sent me a message about him leaving. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at payments. So in payments, when you set up your HighLevel, you go to payments and you integrate a payment gateway. So here,
great. Okay.
yeah. So Stripe is at the top. Stripe is my preferred. That's the one I love. I love Stripe. Been with them since the beginning. But there's other ones, PayPal, Authorize.net. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Understood, Marlena. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So these are, and we can search for more. And we can scroll down and we can see like all the different payment gateways that integrate with GoHighLevel natively. And you just hit install on the payment gateway of your choice. And then you go through the steps that's required for that particular payment gateway. Now, you can, when you send out an invoice, you do have the ability to allow people to pay with Cash App as well. But that's not a payment gateway. That's a series of steps that the person can go through in order to make that payment. You provide that information.
What did you click on to get to the payment gateway again? I missed that step.
So if you click on, so first of all, you click payments. Let me just start back from the dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go to payments.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have not already set up a payment gateway, your payments will be right here. It'll have the payment gateways, but you can also go to settings. And if you go to settings, payment settings, manage payment methods. Oh, no, that's for that. Yeah, so that, I guess you can't get to it under settings. Yeah, it's right here. Or hit new. No, it's only going to be right here. Let me check my let me check one of mine that I already have a payment gateway set on. And let me see.
If you
I already have mine. I think PayPal is new from before when I set mine up, and I would like to integrate that because I just had someone that had to pay me through PayPal, and then I had to manually put in her information here, and I don't want to have to do that again.
Sure. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me look over here on this one that I'm. So what's going to happen is, here's the thing. So it looks like HighLevel only lets us integrate one. So if you have not integrated it, if you want to share your screen, like we can take a look. If you have not integrated it, you should see that button. And if you have integrated it, then it's already integrated. And that's the reason why when I looked on one of my accounts where I've already got it integrated, like here, look, I'll show you the difference. So you see with this account, right? This one it has the button right here, at least one. But if I go to, like, this is one where the person for this account just recently connected theirs. You see how it's already connected, so it doesn't show it anymore. But if I go to, so that means you've already got it connected. So
I
like,
don't have
if I was to
PayPal
go
connected, I think I must have Stripe connected.
You must have Stripe connected. Yeah.
Got it.
Right. Yeah. You must have Stripe connected. So if you wanted to disconnect, is that maybe something that you want to do? Is disconnect it, or?
I don't think so. No, I'm good. At least now I know with that, because it was hard for me to find it, and I just ended up, I have a Stripe account, and so I just ended up giving her the direct link for Stripe so that she can pay. And I was just trying to figure out how to do this. And then I went back in here. I still created an invoice. And but after she paid me, I just marked the invoice as paid, so she didn't get charged twice. Is what I did. Yeah, and
okay, yeah, understood.
But I didn't want to have to do that manual process each time, because I try to, if my clients have like, I won't do Cash App. Like, no, I'm not doing that. But for PayPal, I can do that because it's secure. Or if they have another method that they want to pay that's secure, I try and allow that. But This is just a one-off, so I think I'm okay.
Gotcha.
Is this integrated with QuickBooks?
You can connect it into QuickBooks by going to settings, integrations, and it's going to be, and it says we can connect. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, here we go. All right.
Yeah.
Rhonda Taylor, come back.
Yes,
And
sir.
then
I'm here.
also, I'm about to, I got G-Deuce, I mean, not G-Deuce, but Rhonda Taylor and Jennifer Smash, both of you, same time. So here under integrations, first of all, this is where you can connect your QuickBooks. Okay, so you can connect QuickBooks. You can connect Shopify and all of that, but you can connect multiple payment gateways. One moment. Go to the settings.
What do I already have? Oh, this thing.
Yeah, you can have, well, where is it at though? Yeah. One moment. So if we go to payments and then integrations right here we go. This is where it's at. Okay, so for the multiple payment gateway, so Rhonda Taylor, if you go to payments and then come to integrations, you can connect. So you can connect your Stripe. So like, let me go to one that's already connected. So if we come here, you can see that if we go to, I'll just start back from dashboard, just so that it loads the full sequence for you. So if we go to payments, and then from payments, you need to go to integrations.
Mm-hmm.
From integrations, you will see what you've already got connected. So
Yes.
you can manage that. But then if you want to connect others, you just hit connect on those. So if you wanted to connect your PayPal, you would just hit your PayPal right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's going to provide the option on the one invoice.
Okay. It's asking for a client ID. So I need to put my API key in here. So I got to go to, okay, thank you. I'll figure this piece of it out. This is
No
good.
problem.
Thank you.
No problem. And Jen Smash, going back to you, the answer to yours is also under an integration, but it's this one, and it's the QuickBooks account integration right here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Does that end? So with the QuickBooks integration, you know, then it connects the whole thing, and then you'll be able to have the HighLevel communicating. Any other questions? Next questions.
Yes. Rich, you hear me?
I do, Mr. Blackwell.
What's going on? For the content creation, is there limits on how long the content creation can be?
Well, okay. So going to the content creation. So there's two different aspects of that. So first of all, you are already a labs member, but I don't think that you logged in to your AIOS generator. And so give me 1 second. Let me just pause sharing for one moment. Well, let me just give me 1 second. Let me see. Yeah, let me just give me 1 second. I'm just going to sign in here. So you already have authorization to access the generator, but I don't think you've actually logged in yet. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I have.
Give me 1 second so I can demonstrate. almost finished. I just need to give myself some credits.
Good.
So, and this kind of actually answers your question in a way, but I'm about to. So, okay. Now, when it comes to this stuff, first of all, they don't let us talk to AI without spending tokens. You know, like anytime we do anything with one of these AI models, it always costs tokens. Now, what I've done is I've created communications with each one of these AI models through my humaiOS app. So if you wanted to generate a a graphic, or if you want to generate a video with Sora 2, or VO3, you can do that in here. And in terms of limits, the limits are based on the tokens that you use. So for example, if I wanted to generate a Sora 2 video, so first of all, whenever you go in here, you see your credits remaining. You can see the number of credits that you get. Now, all of you labs members, all of you, every time your monthly subscription comes out, you get 150 credit top up. Okay, so it tops you back up. So anything that you've used during that month, you go back to the 150, replenish. So that happens at every month, when at the time when your payment renews. Now, right now, because all of you was on your membership subscriptions before I built this humaiOS platform, I have to merge them in so that it automates their refill. But right now I have to manually refill it. So when I get the notification that your subscription is paid, I manually refill your credits, but I'm going to build it in so it happens automatically. But you won't know the difference. That's just, it just takes work off my plate to have a script do it. But basically, every time
AI helping you, you have AI.
Well, yeah, AI helps tremendously around here. I couldn't be more thankful for AI. But if you run out of if you run out of credits, you can always hit the refill button and you refill, $10, get 60 credits, $25, $160, $50, $340. You're always able to refill the tokens that way. So you can do that until infinity. But every month your what you were allocated with your plan is refilled. And so you can use that to generate anything. If you want to generate pictures, 3D models for your worlds. And the 3D model builder is going to get even better here soon. I'm building a more robust interface for that that's going to allow a lot more stuff. It's just I've been having to do all this GoHighLevel stuff also, but it's on the roadmap to expand it. But right now you can generate 3D models of a decent quality. And if you generate something that you need help fixing up, then you just reach out to me and we'll tweak it for you. But yeah, and if anyone wants to see an example of how the generator works, let me know. Most of you have been using it so far. Trey, I know he has, been using it. You'll notice with the AIOS generator, it's not as sophisticated as some of the other options out there, and that's partially because like it just takes time to build in features. But another thing is that I never meant for this to be like a full-blown production studio. It's meant for you to be able to generate content that's useful for your promos and everything. But the tools will get more sophisticated. So like things like merging videos together and that sort of stuff will come. But the basics get you pretty far. You can either do text to image editing, so you can literally upload an image. So like let's just go and I'll grab something. you know, I'll just grab a picture of me and I'll just say, place this avatar on a night street with a Lambo. All right, and then let's select which model you want. So I'll choose the best quality, choose the aspect ratio. Let's say I want a vertical tall. How many images you want? Let's say 2. It'll show you the estimated cost and just hit generate. And you can see I even used it right here. Like you can see previous generations. You see right here, the most recent generation was for an icon for the spades game that I'm building for you. But like you see the little icon, you can tell that's the spades table with the cards and everything right there. But right here we can see, so this is what it came up with. You can see him standing. I'll download these. I'll just put them in my pictures. So then you can download them and, open them up, use them for whatever you want. But this is what this is what the prompt resulted in. Snap, you can't see it because of the screen share. One moment. Let me stop sharing this and then start sharing the whole window. There we go.
God.
And so you can see how, just that quick little prompt, I was able to whip him together.
Yep.
And then you can take that at different pipelines. Like, you can come here under Sora and you can animate it with a video or VO 3.1, image to video, grab that image. There you go. And then give it a text prompt and just say, I want a portrait. Let's do 8 seconds. This image might be too heavy. So if it's too heavy, if it fail, I'll have to resize it. No, it's good. So we'll let that run. While that's running, we can talk about other things. I'll stop sharing. I'll let that run. And once it finishes, I'll show it. But does anybody have any other questions or anything? Sharon?
Yeah, you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about taking another class that deals with AI agents, and I was wondering if I should, if this GoHighLevel will be good enough for me, or should I look into that class also?
Sure.
It's an AI-powered prototyping masterclass.
Gotcha. Okay. So
yeah.
So the way the way I'm going to answer that is that, first of all, I highly encourage learning. GoHighLevel when you're under our agency. So right now, all of you are, about to receive a GoHighLevel sub account, which is, like I mentioned, a full sub account like you would get if you was to register on GoHighLevel yourselves or join someone else's agency. Now, keep in mind that when you join someone else's agency, the features that you have available to you within your sub account are based on what that agency owner allows. And what we've done is we've basically enabled all features. Like we don't try to squeeze you into any type of upgrades or anything like that. All features are available from the start, but there are additional costs, but we'll get into that later. Like the additional cost, things like your phone, number and things like that. But when it comes to educating yourself, you can learn GoHighLevel in general, and that means watching YouTube videos. That means signing up for any workshops or programs that you want to sign up for. But I want you to keep in mind that we are, through these workshops that we're offering, we're trying to educate you. So if you were going to pay someone for a workshop, what I would request is that you see if we were going to cover that in workshop here, if it's going to be something, that's going to be free. But another thing is that I offer one-on-one trainings at an hourly rate. And all of you that are Labs members, you get a discount at that hourly rate. So you want to consider, is it cheaper if I just, pay for some one-on-one with Rich than to take this class with them? Because at the end of the day, I just, I want to help you as much as they do. And you're already here. So, why go there? But if you want to go there because they're offering something that you can't get here, that's totally understandable.
Okay.
All right. We've got a couple more hands up. I'm going to answer those questions, but before I do, real quick, let me just finish off the previous one with showing the end result of this video. So this is the video that was generated. I'll go ahead and just open this up full screen so we can play it. Let's see how it turned out.
How do you like our GoHighLevel workshop?
And so that came from the prompt, Tech CEO says, how do you like our GoHighLevel workshop? Then the Lambo roars. So exactly as I requested. And so that took that image, turned it into the video.
How do you like our GoHighLevel workshop?
All right. So that's that. Next question, Mr. Colin, Mr. Frederick.
I noticed that, what's up? So I noticed that under my agency dashboard that I don't have the same options as my sub account. Is that if, for example, like sites, like the websites and stuff I created, I noticed I couldn't access it under my agency dashboard in the setting, right?
Sure.
So that's across the board, because you have to put your own sub account under your agency in order to open up certain options. I didn't realize that because it's been so long since I made it.
The relationship is agency at the root, but there are no websites for the agency. All websites are in sub accounts. So the agency is the super administrator of all the sub accounts and can go into any sub account and see things. But that agency administrator, it can't do anything but administrate the business functions and features. It can create sub accounts. It can configure things, regarding how the sub accounts have to pay for stuff. But it's completely business administration. It's not for any website. If you want your business, for example, if you want Truth Graphics to have a website and everything where people sign up for your agency, then you would just make a sub account for Truth Graphics and you would just set all of that up in there for Truth Graphics as a sub account, and just like any other sub account. It's just that it would be one that you would be an admin on, and any of your clients, you would just not be an admin on any of their sub accounts. You see what I'm saying? Even though you're a super admin for the whole agency, but you don't, you wouldn't make yourself an admin on any of your client accounts. That way, you're not getting any of the notifications, and you're not any of all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to building websites, funnels, all of that stuff is associated with a sub account.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it have to be in a sub account for that.
Okay. And can I ask a question that's related to that?
Mhm.
So when you actually creating a sub account for a different agency, as I'm pulling people in, is there anything that I should look out for, or are you creating that? Is there any like thing that you want to say I should look out for? Because you just said like you don't want to make yourself an admin. When
Mhm.
you actually create a sub account,
Well,
so other things that you
couple,
notice that
yeah,
can
right.
cause.
No, I get you. I get you. Couple other things to note are that when it comes to the payments, so you have to be careful. So since you're the agency owner, you have the option of paying for things that are happening in the sub accounts. And so you want to make sure that like, you've got all of your settings for the sub account configured in such a way that, like, let's imagine that the sub account wants to purchase a phone number. Okay, well, if that's a sub account that's for Truth Graphics, you would want to pay for those phone numbers and phone calls and all of that out of your pocket. But then if you sign up me as one of your sub accounts and I register a phone number, you want to make sure that I pay for for the phone number. So you got to make sure you've got everything configured in such a way that the client pays for any of the bills that they accumulate. And that's the default in a lot of cases, but depending on things that you do as an admin, you might accidentally opt yourself into paying for their features. And so that's just something that you want to kind of take a look at and try to make sure you don't do. So that I would say that. But besides that, everything is should be pretty straightforward. Another thing to note is that whenever you add an admin to a sub account, they're also part of, like, when you go into settings and you look at your team, they're all going to be in there. So even though they're admins of sub accounts, like, all of your users are managed inside of the agency view. So you can, if you go into your agency view and look at team, they're all going to be in there on team,
Right.
even
So,
though they're part of different companies.
so just making sure I understand. So it's going to populate everybody that they have, in their account as well, the sub account.
No, so contacts don't go in team. So remember, you got agency and then you got the team of your agency. All sub account admins become part of your agency team, but they can't see things around your agency because you just make them sub account admins, but you'll see them all in your agency team, even though they're not part of your business.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So it's like HighLevel manages all users that can do stuff in the system in the same place, but each sub account will have their own contacts. So let's say someone submits a form on one of your sub account clients' website. Well, those contacts stay in that sub account. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not until you make a user that has some type of, privileges inside of GoHighLevel that they end up in that team area that I mentioned.
Okay, got it.
And they can only access the sub accounts that you give them access to.
Anyway, okay, gotcha. Perfect.
Yeah. All
Thank
right. No problem. Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul, Biggie Pauls. He's got his hand up, that I don't know if he's still. Biggie Pauls.
All right, can you hear me now?
There we go. Yep.
Yeah,
Yes, we
I
can.
hit the wrong microphone set, so I had to fix it.
Gotcha.
So I mean, obviously, what you built here, Rich, is cool, and it's only going to get better, right? There's more features to get added. It's going to, get reworked, and but it's awesome. I'm really interested in the white labeling part of it. So you can white label for each sub account in your agency and brand it under them, or did I misunderstand that?
Well, okay. So when it comes to white labeling, so there's layers to it, right? So, when it comes to an agency, you set the agency domain, the agency logo, the agency, like where, I mean, actually everything besides that is white labelable by sub account. So by sub account, all of the contacts wouldn't see anything about the agency. The relationship would be like this. Let's think about it like this. So you've got the agency, and then below the agency, you've got the business owner. So let's say that Acme Plumbing, the plumbing company, they want to take advantage of the phone service and CRM and all of that, right? They come in as a business, and what they see is white labeled to that sub account. So if you had Sped by Me as the sub account that went and sold the phone services to the plumbing service business, the only thing the plumbing service business would ever have to see technically is Sped by Me branding. So each sub account is white labeled in that way. But the Sped by Me business owner will see the agency level branding, because that's where they log in and access their CRM. So like in this case, when all of you receive your sub account, you're going to log into it under hub.humaiOS.com. But that's the equivalent of what Sped by Me would access. So if you mean you want to white label the whole shebang from top all the way to the bottom, then you would have to have your own agency with HighLevel to do that. And so but in terms of white labeling, like phone calls and like just everything that's on the front end that the end client sees, that's all 100% would be branded under that sub account business. That the client, another way of saying that is the customers of the sub account would never see the branding of the agency unless the sub account wanted them to. Because you connect your own domains, own phone numbers, et cetera, like everything branded, white labeled under you.
So then I guess my last question is, like, how, say I do have my own agency, so I'm paying my monthly service for my agency. How much is it like per sub account, or is that dependent on the features that are going to get turned on for that sub account, or is it a flat fee per sub account? How does that work?
Sure. Okay. Let me here's how I'm going to answer that. So if we go to HighLevel, GoHighLevel.com. If you scroll down, you'll see there's the two main service options. So the two main service options that they offer down here are the starter and the unlimited. If you do a starter, you still have an agency, but you have 3 sub accounts, and a significant number of features of GoHighLevel are turned off. The most important of which that I think would be for you would be the API access, because I know you want to get in there with your AIs and start building in things through the API. And so in order to do that, you have to have the unlimited. So the unlimited, if you do the unlimited, now this is the starter of it. There is another level, which is the SaaS mode. That's when you turn on SaaS mode, and it's $4.95 or whatever that they offer to you, because they offer different people different prices for that mode, you know, once you get in here. But you start off no matter what with the $2.97 a month, and that gets you unlimited sub accounts. And so that's the reason why, you know, then you can do things that you want with the sub accounts. You know, in this case, you know, like, yeah, you can charge what you want, figure out how you want to do it.
Got it.
So that's how that goes.
So like you could even go with
those
start
options. Yeah.
At 97, and then, you know, once you max out those 3 sub accounts and you need more sub accounts, you can upgrade too, right? Or I mean, I guess if you got 3 clients, they could pay for your higher end of, you know,
service. The only difference would be and here I'll show this again. So the only difference is it's like yes to what you said, as long as you don't need API access.
Yeah.
And also the branded you know, desktop app and custom domain and all of that stuff. So that's the reason why I'm able to you know, make it like hub.humaiOS and have all of the, you know, branding and everything. And, you know, like if you put them, I can give you a mobile app that will have you know, all of my branding and everything on it and just all sorts of stuff. So that though, if you don't need any of those features, mainly, like I said, the API access for me, well, not only that, but then also the unlimited sub accounts. But yeah, the API access and unlimited sub accounts would be the main difference. But besides that, you get 3, and they're for the most part full high level accounts.
Now that's like, do you use your own API keys and stuff like that for API access, or do they want
each sub account has its own you can create your own API keys for each sub account. So each sub account can have its own API keys. I built like all sorts of stuff, man. Like here, let me just share one more time over here. So, and let me come over to a sub account. So basically down here, like if you go to tools by Rich, all of these tools that load, like, so any of my clients or anybody that has access to any of the tools that I build that extend HighLevel through the API, they sign in right with these member tools, and these all, you know, extend HighLevel through the API. Like for example, there's no way to do bulk import of companies. And one of the things that I've been doing is I've been running a campaign to get people from HubSpot to move over to my HighLevel. And so with one of the issues is when they export from HubSpot, they export all their companies and all of that stuff, but it doesn't import well into HighLevel. You can't do any bulk imports of companies in HighLevel. So anything like that, you know, you can extend HighLevel. So I wrote a script to be able to do it. And then, you know, anyone that needs that script, I turn it on for them in their account, and then they access it from, you know, from right here, and then it'll extend it. So like I said, like those API features are really important for me. But let me just show you once again, right now we're inside of just this little dummy sub account, Acme business example. But right here, if I come down, so you see how we've got this location ID. So all sub accounts have a location ID. but we can come here under private integrations and we can create a new integration. And I'll just call this Biggie Paul's example. And then from here, you give it scopes. Now, scopes are things that you want to allow the whatever application you're building to be able to do within the HighLevel system. And so you can see right here, view businesses, edit businesses, if you're doing something with contacts. So, you know, view contacts, edit contacts, but basically you just select all the scopes, you know, payments, you know, view orders, edit payments, you know, view payment integrations, probably not, you know, but view payment transactions, like if you needed to show that stuff in your interface, and then you hit create, and then you're given your API key right here, and you copy that. So between that, yeah, between that and, you know, then you got that. You can rotate it anytime you want, and you can create as many private integrations as you need to create. I accidentally did it twice right here, but that's how you do that. So you've got the official integrations, which are the ones by HighLevel, and you just, you know, turn these on that way. But then you got the private integrations, which are the ones you build yourself through. And this is how you use the API.
Got it.
All right. All right. Any more questions or anything? Okay. Looks like no more questions. So, oh, that flyer guy, Mr. Hoodrow.
Brody, what up? You can hear me?
We're not getting any audio from. There you go. How's it going? Yes, sir. We
Yes,
can.
sir. Just a quick question about the funnels, about the funnel game.
Okay.
If we, so I'm interested in selling a, let's just say a PDF, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the Go HighLevel, would you say, is there a way to, would you recommend putting like a capture page in front, like a form, and then get to the PDF? Because how else would you get them in the funnel? Or would you just recommend, I think you had a shop, so you can just actually go to the store and they can just buy the PDF?
Yeah. So, okay. First of all, right now, you see, let's start with funnels. Okay. So we've got under your opportunities, let's start with the pipelines. So, you see right here, we've got a customer journey pipeline that I made right here, and it's got new lead, contacted, proposal sent, close. But you can define this customer journey pipeline however you want. You can define all of the stages that you want to move them through. So then once you've done that, you end up with, you know, all of these stages like this, right? But the thing is that HighLevel gives us the ability to create automations. So now with automations, you can create workflows. And so you can create a workflow. You can either start from scratch or you can select one from a template. If you select one from a template, it'll already have, you know, a lot of stuff set up for you. So, you know, so let's see, you said that you want to give a person a PDF. So that sounds like a lead nurture, right? So let's just choose this lead nurture template. Now you can customize it. The only thing that happens when you choose a template is it just sets those nodes up for you automatically. And this is one of the things that we're going to be going over in the workshops. I'm going to be teaching how to build these automations inside these workshops. And also, once, you know, anyone that, you know, anyone that's working on an automation, you can always reach out and get support. I'll answer any questions. But when it comes to an automation, you have a trigger. So in this, so in this case, the trigger is customer replied. But I'm gonna delete that trigger. I don't want that trigger. You said that a person submitted a form. So imagine you can say form. So like if you're using one of the HighLevel forms, you can use form submitted. Okay, like if it's a particular form in HighLevel, then you can select which form it is. I don't have any forms. Oh, there is a form in here, so you can say form 1 submitted. And actually, we can try this out, and I can demonstrate it if Sped by Me has her hand up.
Uh-oh, you in trouble?
Yeah, you have time for about maybe one more question.
Okay. All right, let me get through. Okay, gotcha. So we've got form 1 submitted, and I'm just going to duplicate this so that I can show form 1 also. So let's just go over here. Let's go to sites, forms. Let's look at our form builder. We chose form 1 right here. So this is form 1 right here. And so this is form 1. So it's got a first name, last name, phone number, email, right? So so when this form is submitted, then the next thing we want is, so what do we want to happen? So the next thing I don't like any of this that they put on here. I'm gonna just delete this.
No, I get what you're saying as far as building a form. You don't have to do that. But I was just kind of just looking for like a recommendation.
But this is the thing. So like so when that form is submitted, look, send email. You see what I'm saying? So first of all, like the first thing that you would want to do is, we'll opportunity, create / update opportunity, and you would select, so like if they're in pipeline customer journey, in sales, new lead. So this right here would put them in the new lead opportunity in that pipeline. So it would move them over into that new lead opportunity. Now you could have another workflow that describes what happens when a contact hits that opportunity. But just for the sake of keeping things simple, you see how we can send an email. So we can send an email, and we can send that email. We can, give it give the action name, but we can say who it's from who the from email account is. But the subject, we can say thank you.
How long can the workflow go? Could it go like do it go like 3 to 5 times until they buy, or when does it stop, or do we decide when it stops?
So you decide when it stops by the sequence that you build. So the way that, okay, so like for example, I built a workflow for a client that he wanted to be notified every like 3 days about a contact if they have not booked an appointment yet, and if he has not sent them to spam. So in order for me to create that, what I had to do was I had to use the if, right? So if you do a select search, you see we've got a conditional, which is an if, and we can branch it. We can branch it based on different things. We can say if, and then we can branch it based on, like, if the contact has a tag associated with their name, we can make them go down a branch. Or if a person is in a certain opportunity pipeline stage, we can make them go down a certain branch. So the first thing is, like, we define the steps, and then we basically tell GoHighLevel what to do at each one of those steps by using these nodes. These node actions, you have, like I said, you have a trigger, something that started it. But then after that, these actions define everything that you might want to do inside of HighLevel. Literally, send an email, send a text message, send me an email, send me a text message, send someone on my team an email, make the phone call the client, trigger an AI, etc., etc. All of that. Add a contact tag, remove a contact tag.
Does GoHighLevel offer upsells in the checkout?
So like, if you mean in the checkout, you want a person to be able,
so let's say, like, you know how, like, in ClickFunnels, if I was to say buy this PDF for $9, and they click yes, and then right before they check out, it says, oh, but for $30 more you can like, is that a upsell, or is that a feature or plugin that's included in GoHighLevel?
You could do
to make
that.
One.
You could, so you You can do that, but you still have to set it up. But
Okay.
let me see something. Yeah, you can do that though. I mean, that's so. But yeah, you can now. But let me make sure. Are you saying that you want to do it using one of the, like, you're going to build the store here and go high level, or is the store like your WordPress store or something like that, and you're bringing the products into it from go high level?
No, I was wondering if we could build it in go high level.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can do that. Yeah, it can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. That's all. That's all that.
Okay. Any other questions from anybody?
No more questions.
Okay. Well, as I mentioned, all of you will receive an invitation to your high-level sub account. I guess, Frederick, I guess you don't need yours, right? I've already prepared it, but I'll delete yours. Your sub account, you don't need. Yeah, because you got your own. So, yeah, you don't.
We only got one more question for this, you know. But I'm gonna say, like, so I won't be able to have access to your OS though, huh? Because
no, you still you're a labs member, brother. You've got access. You're heading out, Jen?
Yes.
See you later, Jen. Look for that email for your sub account and see you at the next workshop.
You have to manually put it there though, huh? Like
no, you go to no. If you here, let me just share my screen one more time.
Because you got it as an integration.
No. But it's right here. If you go to humaiOS.com, this is where it's at. And actually, bro, like, you're in the group. Like, you're in the first group. You have to watch that video where I gave all the instructions showing how to use it. All you have to do is sign in and you'll get your 150 credits. And you just click this button right here, access to AIOS, and it'll load up standalone. It'll load up outside of then you just come here. Like, I'm gonna sign out. You just come here and you just hit sign in and hit create account, and just you're going to need to use your email, your password, and that registration code that I sent you way back. And then you'll be able to create your account, and then you'll have access to all the features, and you can start using it. And you don't have to use it within the high level. You can go right here to app.humaiOS.com, or you could just go to humaiOS.com and click right here where it says access the AIOS web app.
Okay, yeah, it's the same difference. So if I wanted to integrate it though inside of Go High Level, I'll just do it as a private integration. Is that true?
If you wanted to integrate, if you wanted to put this platform inside your high level, what you would do is you would go.
That was a question. That's what I meant, kind of like.
Yeah, you want to put the AIOS web app features inside of your high level the same way I've got it inside of this one.
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you how to do that. So the way you would do that, Ebony's gonna kill me.
I don't want to get in trouble. I'll be in trouble too.
She told me. I know. Look, let me show you. Let me just show you. Let me 1 second. I meant to go app.humaiOS.com. Okay, so look, take app.humaiOS.com, come under your agency, switch to agency view, go to settings, and then from settings, scroll down and go to custom menu links. And inside of custom menu links, hit create new, give it an icon. I don't like any of those. Just give it any icon. And then give it a title. I prefer AIOS. Put the link in there. All right. And then if you want it to be integrated in the window like that, just say open link within the current window. All right. And then, choose who gets to see it. So agency sidebar, sub account sidebar. If you only want certain sub accounts to be able to see it, you just hit the sub drop down and select which sub accounts. If you only want certain roles to be able to see it, you hit certain roles that can see it and hit save, and it'll show up on that side navigation for you. And then at that point, you know, you still have to sign into your account, but it would be right there for you and, you know, convenient and integrated so you can access it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem. Any other ones? All right. So as I mentioned, all of you will be receiving your sub accounts soon, except you, Trey. You already got yours. All right. All right. And then also, oh, before I leave, one more thing. Let me just say that, give me 1 second. Let me pull this up.
Cyber Shay.
All right, here we go.
One question. Am I
Oh,
using
sure.
the same sub account too that I have? The one that I
No,
have?
so no,
Okay.
Cyber Shay. So you're going to receive another one.
Okay.
Right now, you're using the Lux VR sub account. So that sub account that you're using right now is for Lux VR, and that one is only for all of the Lux VR stuff. So Lux VR products and for you, Cyber Shay, Flashy, me, Brown Diamond, we're all going to start managing the Lux VR avatar and asset sales through that GoHighLevel. And so you being, you know, on the team, you have access to that GoHighLevel. So that's the, but the one that you're going to receive will be one for your business use of whatever you want to use it for. And so you had mentioned about wanting to start creating those robocallers. You'll be able to do that in the one that you receive.
Okay.
Okay, so everyone, this so come here, you know, make sure that you see that we've got this one that's live right now, but this is where we're going to be managing like all the resources and all the conversations and everything. Also inside of here, there is the HighLevel introduction course. If you open this up, you'll see that there are courses right now. There's only one. But there's going to be another one later on today that's going to be related to this workshop. And there's going to be other ones each time we have a workshop, like the lesson from that workshop will be in here. Also, there's going to be the video from that workshop will be in here. And we can comment, questions, all of that kind of stuff in here. I'm going to give a test at the end of this workshop. And if you pass and everything and you've completed everything, then you'll get a certificate. So yeah, just make sure that you keep an eye on this area and participate, because it's where all the activity will be. All right. And you can get to it through your client.humaiOS.com. All of you received the invitation, and I believe that all of you have already signed up. I think we're just missing maybe a couple of people. That flyer guy, I don't think he's in here. Robert Hoodrow, I don't think you went through it. We got one request. Okay, that's right. Okay, but yeah, that's that. All right, everyone. That's the end of the workshop.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rich. This is gonna be great.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Rich, see-
Yeah.
No
Bye.
problem. See you next week.
Yeah,
Next week.
I noticed the calendar on the thing. So it's the new link every week for Google Meet for the class.
Well, you know, we can. So here's what I was thinking. I'm gonna let you all know, but I was thinking about hitting this go live button and having it through here next week.
Yeah, I think that's what you should do. That's what the platform is for.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing, is instead of doing it through Google Meet, we do it through the HighLevel you know, go live button right here. And so if we would all meet right here and do it there.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, the Google Meet was just to kind of get everybody in here, but I was thinking about us doing like our private groups from in there from now on.
Through the Humai community page.
Yep, through this yep, through here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And there,
Yeah.
yeah, and all of the workshops, like there's gonna like if that's why if you come here into learning, you see this one, the high level, but then there's gonna be other ones as well. Like imagine there's one right here for you know, like an AI builder tool. Like I want to show you all about V0, so I might add a V0 course right here and show how to build with V0. Maybe there'll be another course right here for building you know, in GoHighLevel building AI voice agents or something like that in particular. So the point is to kind of like just make this the central hub for all the learning resources and options and everything. We also got a chat in here as well, so we can start conversations.
Yeah, I see a chat. Yeah, okay. So when you go live, we'll just come here and you'll see it on here.
Yep.
Yeah, we can. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You'll just come here, and I'll still record it and everything. But yep, you'll just come here.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay.
All right. All right, everybody.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Take care. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Look for those
Thank you.
invitations.
Will
Bye
do.
bye.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye bye.